Keeping your diet in check is already difficult enough when you're at home and have control over everything, but once you start traveling, things can get a whole lot harder. Like right now, I'm in France, but I'm gonna show you that there's almost always good low-calorie, high-protein options no matter where you go. Like, I just got back from a local Carrefour store here in France with lots of good options that'll help you to maintain a lean physique. And one of the first things you want to do if you're going out of country is to understand what the different macro ingredients look like on the back of the labels. Here it's pretty easy because you can see this says basically energy. It's in French, but it's pretty close with kilocalories. And then you have protein, looks almost the same. And those are the two main things I'm concerned with, the calorie amount and the protein amount, because I want to make sure I'm getting enough protein in every day to help with muscle building or just to keep from losing muscle if you're losing weight. So with the words looking nearly identical, it's pretty easy, not a whole lot of prep you have to do, but when I go to Germany or when I go to Asia, things look a lot different. So it's good to know what those ingredients look like. And so first off, what I like to get is some meat and cheese. Simple enough. Right here, I got some ham. There's all kinds of different choices there. I get the one without nitrates, you can see here. It looks pretty much similar to English. But with this whole pack, we've got 160 calories and about 29 grams of protein in this whole thing. There's 4 slices in there. And then this is pretty much just Swiss cheese. And with each slice, there is about 90 calories, 6.5 grams of protein. And together, I typically eat these. Sometimes I'll have it by itself with meat and cheese roll-up type of thing, or I will add some bread because these French baguettes are quite good. So I'll buy one of these and use it for a couple days, just making sandwiches with this and the ham and cheese, and that comes out to about 400 calories and 30 grams of protein for one of the sandwiches that I like to have. And so in the normal progression of a meal, I have the meal and then move on to some kind of dessert. And rather than getting chocolates or eclairs or any of that type of stuff where there's loaded calories in it, I just like to get similar things I eat at home. Pack of strawberries, pack of blueberries. This pack of strawberries is 250 grams. There's 100 calories and 300 grams of strawberries. So this is about 85 calories there. This is 120 grams of blueberries. So you're looking at about 60 calories right there. So really low calorie with high volume foods, but I don't just eat them by themselves. I like to add in some yogurt. And when it comes to yogurt, you gotta be careful with what you get because you can get just plain sugary type of yogurt, no protein, but I like to get these. I'm seeing these more and more in all kinds of places. It's kind of like the Oikos that I get back home, but it's high protein vanilla yogurt. So I get one of these, dip strawberries in it. One of these is 15 grams of protein with only 90 calories. So that's a really good trade-off there. It's better than a protein bar. I also have blueberry. I've seen some lemon, salted caramel flavors, all kinds of stuff. I like the plain vanilla, but if you want something sweeter to use with the dessert, putting the blueberries in there. Really good options, high protein, keeping you full. And the reason I'm pushing protein so much is because I try to hit about 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight a day. That's about 180 grams for me. And that could be a little bit difficult, especially if you're just eating things like pasta and pizzas and stuff, because they're higher in carbs, higher in fats. Protein has 4 calories per gram, carbs has 4 calories per gram, fats have 9 calories per gram. So the more you cut out fat and the more protein you have, even with carbs, it's not a whole lot of calories. Boosting that amount of protein is important if you want to build muscle, which is one of my goals. Plus, it's also more satiating than fat typically because you can eat more of it. Moving on, there's almost never a place I go to that doesn't have some kind of Coke Zero. And here I got the Coke Zero without caffeine because I'm trying to cut caffeine out more so that when I take my pre-workouts, I feel it more. I don't want to just have constant influx of caffeine all day. So this is a good option. I can have more of it without flooding my body with caffeine. And I also like to get a lime with it. Like you can see here, I've got one in my drink right here, some ice, lime, Coke Zero, 0 calories. And if you're not familiar with calories, why does that matter so much? Calories in versus calories out. If you want to maintain your weight, especially when you're on vacation, eating more, if you have more calories than your body needs, you're going to gain weight. If you have fewer, you're going to lose weight. So you got to figure out what your maintenance calories are and try to stick around that. And for me, when you go on vacation, a lot of times I'm walking even more. Like I walked almost 7 miles already today, just going around seeing stuff. So I'm actually burning more calories than I would at home because I don't walk that much. I typically lift weights. And people might think, oh, I'm burning all these calories lifting weights, but in an hour, you might burn 300 at the most, like on a leg day if you're pushing really hard. But when you're doing cardio, even just walking, I'm burning like 400 calories an hour. And trying to stay on the healthy side, I do want to get in vegetables. I'll get some things like carrots, cucumbers, just to snack on. Although, I guess a cucumber is actually a fruit because it has seeds, I think. Let me know down in the comments. Is a cucumber a fruit or a vegetable? But, low calorie, high volume types of foods. They're gonna keep you full, snacking, that type of stuff. They're not the most exciting, but still, it's good enough for me. And finally, always bring protein bars with you on your trips. Like, these are some of my favorites. I've got pure protein strawberry, and they just made a new style, different color. So these are the old wrappers. These are the new. This is mint, chocolate mint cookie. I like to take these and put them in the fridge and have them as a dessert, and it's like mint cookies almost. They're really good. It's one of my favorites, and they've got about 180 calories, 20 grams of protein. I also bring Seco Plus bars from Harder Than Last Time. I am affiliated, link is in the description with the discount code if you want to get these. They're really good, they're higher in calories, 270 calories for this, 250 for this, still 20 grams of protein. These things are like a dessert, and I eat them like that typically. They're quite good. And also, I didn't get this at the Carrefour, but there's a GNC type of store nearby. It wasn't GNC, but like some kind of local fitness one. And they have these Snickers protein bars. These things are actually pretty good. I've had one of these so far in the peanut butter version. Quite good, 220 calories, 20 grams of protein. Feel like I'm having a Snickers bar. So the thing with protein bars, they're not as good as candy bars, but you have a candy bar, you're getting what, like 3 grams of protein, a lot of sugar. They're not that satiating, they taste good, and you might just want to keep eating more. But something like this, I still feel like I'm having a Snickers because it says Snickers, but I'm also getting a lot further along towards that protein goal I have during the day and staying more satiated with that. So it is definitely a good option for that. And those are the main things I get when I go to a Carrefour here. If you're not familiar with those, they're smaller type of convenience stores similar to a 7-Eleven. So it's not like a massive grocery store, and these are the type of options I get there. If I do go to a grocery store, they have a lot more options with the different things I would get. So maybe I'll make another video on that sometime when I'm back here in France so you can see what I would get from the grocery store. But I eat these types of things during the day, and then maybe once a day I'll go out to eat for a lunch or dinner. You know, I'll go get some pizza or something else. But when you have these lower calorie options that are filling earlier throughout the day or just mostly in the day, then when you have those other things, it's not like it's gonna affect you that much. If I just went out and ate pizza and pasta and all these different good foods, which I'm not against having good foods, I like this stuff, and there are lots of good restaurants around. But if you have that every single meal packed with calories, that's how you're gonna start adding a lot of weight when you go on vacation. And if you've been dieting before you go to a vacation, and then you go there and just start going crazy, you're gonna gain a lot of water weight. Your glycogen stores from being depleted are gonna come back up. You're gonna get home like 7 to 10 pounds heavier and be like, oh my gosh, I got so fat from eating, and start yo-yo dieting, having mental issues. That's not good. So just keeping your diet in check. Don't use vacations as an excuse to go crazy. Still be active, still exercise, still eat healthy stuff in general. When you go out to eat, pick healthy things on the menus. There's lots of good foods almost everywhere you go. You don't have to have nachos and terrible things for you everywhere you go. But if you're going to France or live here, let me know what types of things you like to eat in the description. I like trying new things, and it's always cool to see what locals have. Check out @Camber Fitness for lots of diet tips, things I eat, workouts, my progression, all that type of stuff if you're interested in following along. Like this video is helpful, leave a comment with whatever you think in the description. Subscribe if you're new. I keep saying comments in the description, in the comment section. I don't know why I say description. I'll see you in the next one.